All right, welcome back to Random City Sports Ballers. Okay, I'm gonna help you work through how your draft can work out with this Army of Pitchers strategy and how I go about each team. Each team, you keep noticing, each team is different. All right, first and foremost, the first pick is based on my draft position. There's a few players I'm targeting there, and a few players that I'm not targeting. But based on the draft position, if I'm 11th pick, I don't get Aaron Judge. So obviously it's going to be a different draft than if I'm second or third pick. So the draft after that, it changes with each time I'm building one. I'm not focused on specific players so much that I'm going to take a guy early or something like that. You know, if he's expected to go around the 10th round and I see him there in the 11th and he fits the build that I'm making, then I go after some of these guys. So I'm going to do one. This is just to show the process, okay? Just to show the process again. So this is a mock draft. This isn't a $100 league or anything like that. I don't know how many of these will be set to auto draft. I have no clue. I'm going to close that down. No need for that. Close that down. So it looks like I'm pick number 7 here. And, well, that's been, wow, they changed the look of this. I kind of like it. It's in dark mode. All right, but anyways, what I've been doing here a lot is a lot of Juan Soto with the 7th pick. Not so much Mookie Betts. I got turned off by the injury last year. You know, that age is creeping up. I love the multiple eligibility. You might be willing to take the risk on him, but I haven't touched Mookie Betts this year yet. I got the same feelings about Kyle Tucker. So really, Soto is my first option there if he's still around. If he's not around, though, that means one of these other guys is still around. So I have good options there. Sometimes you'll see me take Francisco Lindor in the first round. Typically that's if I'm a later pick. So, but on this one, we'll just let the draft come to us. And what will the second round look like then? There'll be people in this range. So if I start with Soto, then I would probably take Matt Olson next, if he's there. If someone doesn't take him before that, because that gives me another power bat. Okay, once I've got those 2 good power bats, now I can move along and think about pitching, although, depending on who's there, I might still go after some bats. Depending on who's there, like I said, I might say Kyle Schwarber or Jazz Chisholm or Pete Alonso. You know, any one of these guys could make me happy. So then I've got 3 good power bats. And then with my 4th pick, I can just be like, Reagan's my first pitcher. Yay. If he's there. Or Michael King or, you know, George Kirby. You know, then I've got all these options, and then you just keep watching what's coming to you. But you'll see that I'm using my first couple this year are straight after either power bats, or you may have seen where I did Lindor and then I made a team that steals bases. I did a little of that when I got Ohtani, but not as much. But that's the general idea of what's going to happen here, fellas. This is how I go about this whole thing. And it's different every draft. You know what? I'm going to... How do I turn that sound off? I don't want that sound on there anymore. Where are you? There's got to be something that turns that sound off. There we go. Boom. Thank you. God, that gets annoying. Okay, so... You know, I don't need to really walk you through every pick, but we do expect Ohtani to go first in almost every league. Bobby Witt, Ohtani. I have him on the one team where I had first pick, and that's about it. Looks like we got some auto drafters in here. That's okay. I like this guy Jack. He's a Tigers fan like myself. Okay, so I've got Gunnar Henderson here. So this is one I haven't worked this angle yet. So let's do a Gunnar Henderson, and then we'll build the team from there. Still looking at that. Olsen should be coming back to me. But yeah, with Henderson there, see, normally I can take a different bat. And here's the reason I like to take a different bat, because I can take Ezekiel Tovar later in the draft. And, well, I do like the idea of having Henderson right here. This is going to build a good team. But anyways, I look at some of those later picks and go, that allows me to have value later on where I can use something else here in the moment. Alvarez with the first round pick. Tatis, we've talked about Tatis. He hasn't done anything since he came back from injury or the suspension. I don't know. Was he using performance enhancing drugs? I don't know. But it sure doesn't help his case to not have been able to do anything since then. Sure isn't making you seem like you're the guy that didn't use performance enhancing drugs. So yeah, maybe he relies on them. I don't know. And J-Rod, number 16. So, okay, Churio. And that does lead me to go, yep, I'm a taking Olsen. Excuse me. Now, you might like Freeman or Harper there, but I do like the home runs and RBIs. It works for me. So let's go ahead and take him. All right, Bad Hombre is an auto draft. And then Trey Turner, Tariq Skubal. Not the first time I've seen Skubal go before Harper or Freeman. In fact, it happens a lot. And then finally Harper. Schwarber. So Schwarber won't be my next round's pick. But remember, I was talking about some of these other guys that come across here. The Jazz Chisholms, the Pete Alonsos. So we'll see what I do with this next pick. Wheeler, 23rd. Okay, you don't see Wheeler in the second round often. You just don't see that one very often. Chisholm went really early there. Freddie Freeman and then Chisholm. I would like to have had Chisholm on this one to build him with Gunnar Henderson. That would have been kind of cool. But some of these picks, Schwarber going, okay, there goes Merrill and Pete Alonso. Leads me into wondering how many people are going after power. How y'all doing? Okay. See, Austin Riley, you can't guarantee anything. There goes Duran after Marte. So, have you taken my good power bats from me, fellas? It's appearing that way. Rafael Devers. All right, so it's my pick, and Clase just went. Marte is gone as well. So there's Manny Machado. Manny Machado might be a good pick for this round. That fills in third base. Let's go ahead and take Manny Machado. See, that's another one that's a first for him as well. Now in this round, on the way back, I have options again. Plenty of options. I'd like to finish building these bats before I get too far into building pitchers. Like I said, there's a moment when I can still get Reagans and King, and there goes Logan Gilbert. There's plenty of options coming up. It's a wealth of great pitchers out there. Sale, Seager, Crochet, and you see a lot of people take that chance on Acuna earlier than this a lot of times. Brent Rooker. Ronald Acuna. And I would like to grab an outfielder soon, so what I might do here, if I take Hernandez early, I feel like I should. I don't have an outfielder yet. Teoscar Hernandez is a great pick, but there's some awesome pitchers right here. So let's go ahead and take Teoscar Hernandez. Allergy season's on me, fellas. I apologize for that. Let's look at how this looks for my numbers here. With 4 bats, they're averaging over 30 for home runs apiece, almost 100 apiece for RBIs, and somewhere around 90 apiece for runs. So that's kind of nice. Not really loading up on stolen bases, but I don't do that often. And 269, I don't care about batting average. So let's go back to players. But that's a good start to the bats on the team. Now I'll definitely get into pitchers. I've got to get pitchers. Let's hope that... Who are the pitchers getting back to me? Yamamoto, Lopez, Valdez. Yeah, any one of those is a possibility. Willie Adames with the 49th pick. That is an interesting pick. That is interesting. Ozuna went, and then Albies. Ozuna's one that I could have taken, but I like that Hernandez is still with the Dodgers. I think that, I think his numbers are going to be impressive. And there's speculation that Yahoo might drop qualification for Ozuna in the outfield. Well, that would just be tragic. There went Reagans after Cole. That would not be great. That's not ideal. So we've let this draft come to us this way. And we've got Olsen, Machado, Henderson, and Hernandez. All right, and he took Butler, so I'm going to go ahead. And we're going to take, is it King or is it Kirby? I think it has to be King, right? Taking Michael King. Thank you very much. And then we'll see who gets back to me, second pitcher here in a few minutes. Because these are 4 great bats. I mean, seriously, wonderful bats. I'm looking for Christopher Morel here for my second base. Catcher, we have a lot of options. I need 2 more outfielders, 2 utilities. So you see, that's why I can fill in some of this other stuff. Now let's take a look at outfield, though. We should have Santander sitting here. Yeah, Santander sitting right here. I would love to get him and his outfield power. If that happens, that's going to be great for me. Okay. After that, the next guy we can look at for power, we're talking about Adolis Garcia, who needs to have an improved season. Tyler O'Neill, who's changed teams. So we've got some closers going here with Hader, Miller, and Diaz. But anyway, let's go back to all players. Michael King, good pick right there. And I'm fully aware, this is a mock draft. This is not a $250 league where everybody's paying attention, although seems like, we don't have a lot of auto draft going on. Seems like a lot of folks are paying attention. Now, we'll take what comes to us. It's looking like it's going to be Santander, though. And there we go. So, where are you, Santander? We'll go ahead and take Santander. And now I've got more home runs. I trust his projected somewhere over 35. I do believe in that. I think that's going to be about right. But, yeah. So, we're building up a very good team. I'm loving third base being Machado. That's my first time having him. All right, there went Alex Bregman and Iglesias, so another closer. Got a ways back to our pick, a long ways back to our pick. I love that everybody is, well, except this bad hombre. There goes Christian Walker. You know, the auto drafts, fine. You expect a lot of it in the mock drafts. I expect to see a lot of it, but wow, am I surprised at how many people are actually signed in and actively drafting. I love it. Doesn't do you any good to just sit there and let the machine auto draft for you. How does that help you prepare for the changes that happen throughout the draft? And there are a lot of things that change throughout the draft. There went Logan Webb. No surprise. Logan Webb is a very good pitcher. Oh, yeah, I should look ahead and see what else we got going on here. Look at Schwellenbach. He's Schwellenbach. All right, I'm going to look at this through starting pitcher lens. Lopez, Valdez, Castillo, Bibby, some good pitchers that are still sitting out there. Now, it's a little early to be taking Bibby. There goes Valdez. But I mean, Pablo Lopez, you know, he's going to be a strikeout machine. Luis Castillo is still sitting there. Might be a little early for him, but that's okay. Munoz just went, and there's no other starting pitchers that I would take in this area. So let's take a look at relief pitchers. Here's Duran. Duran is sitting right there, being Minnesota's closer. You know what? I think I'll take Duran and have a closer a little on this team here. There we go. So now we've got a starting pitcher, a closer. That's a way early closer for me. We're doing great on our bats. And we can start filling in the rest of our starting pitchers and get this army underway. Unless I just can't resist a bat that's coming up, which I feel pretty good that I don't really need any of these bats just now. I mean, I do love Cal Raleigh, but I think that can wait a couple more rounds. Oh, I don't know. Riley Green is one. I feel I can wait until past the 10th round. There's Diaz. I believe I can wait on him as well. So there's nothing really jumping out at me that a bat that I have to take. There went Caminero. You know, if he stays healthy, that could be a great pick. That could be a wonderful pick if he's healthy. Some good starting pitchers here, though. Some real good starting pitchers. Let's see what gets back to me. Pablo Lopez went finally. Pablo Lopez. Like I say, he's going to be a strikeout machine again. It's just, we don't know where he's going to be at on his ERA and whip, apparently. Here goes Bellinger. And Mike Trout. And Bautista. So, wowzers, fellas. I don't have any Schwellenbachs yet. There's Bailey Ober. Now, let's do this with Schwellenbach. There. Number 2 pitcher is Schwellenbach. So, for those of you who love Schwellenbach, this is an interesting twist for you, is watching me draft him. It's my first time drafting him. Now, I don't think Bibby's going to get back to me. Ober might. Peralta. You know, well, there went Ober. But, okay, so I can look at Sonny Gray or Hunter Brown, Joe Ryan, Hunter Green. Sasaki, I still worry about that. He's untested, really. Justin Steele. So we're going to make some starting pitchers happen. Let's just see who's getting back to me. And then we'll continue. We'll look at our numbers again here in a little bit. There goes Hunter Green, Bryce Miller. And Rodriguez. Oh, Tim is now an auto draft. Damn you, Tim! Damn you! But that doesn't help anybody's draft understanding, really, unless you're just looking at the entire results. I mean, I don't know. I want to be able to practice at this. There goes Freddie Peralta. But I need to practice it at who am I taking and when. Who's available in these areas so that I have an idea of who I should be targeting. You know, and I can make every draft look different, target different people throughout, and let's see how we make this one turn out. Zach Gallen's there too, huh? So Jake Berger went, that gives me Bibby. So I like that. See, and in this one, I didn't need to look for Jake Berger because I had Olsen and Machado. I'm covered. I could put Berger in at a utility position, but right now, look at that. 3 good pitchers, King, Schwellenbach, and Bibby. And 5 good bats. Cal Raleigh, I waited too long. I was hoping I might get him with this round, but now you guys know what that means. It means that I'm looking at Shea Langoliers down the road, right? So let's take a look at who's available right now at outfield. Riley Green's still there. Can wait on him. I think I can wait for Ian Happ. Adolis Garcia. I don't even know if he's on anybody's radar just yet. But he does have to have an improved year. There's Cowser. That's a long wait on Cowser. Vinny Pasquantino, Yanier Diaz. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's just take a look at catcher. Can wait on this catcher. First base. Look at some of these first basemen available. I don't know if you like any of them. Second base. Xander Bogaerts, no thank you. Third base, Matt Chapman's still there. Suarez, Bohm, Arenado, Muncy, Paredes. And let's look at outfield. Oh, where are we at? Adolis Garcia just went. So let's go to starting pitchers. And we are going to take, well, is it Joe Ryan or Justin Steele? Fellas, I think I like Justin Steele more, so I'm going to take Justin Steele. All right, moving along. Let's look at relief pitchers and who's up here. Yeah, I can take another relief pitcher in a few minutes. As we saw, there's not really a rush on any of these guys here. Adolis Garcia, like I said, if he's to improve, great. That's just great. You know, Tyler O'Neill is one you can wait on. What is his injury status? What happened to him? Day-to-day with an illness. Okay, well, that happens to people. So, you know, I mean, I can wait and take him there. If I just go to batters, and let's just be frisky and go home runs. Look, here's Muncy. Suarez gets his in the second half. There's Hoskins, Langoliers, Toglia, Kerry Carpenter. See, there's one I forgot about, Kerry Carpenter. He'll be available later. O'Neill, Casas, Matt Wallner. There's Chapman and Ward. Wow, you can really wait on Ward, and this 226 is what they're projecting. Paredes. So if you still need home runs at this point, you know, guys are out there, fellas. They're out there. If you're looking for home runs, you know, you should look for home runs, though. Although I'm going to say I think I'm suffering in the I may be suffering a little bit in the stolen base category right now. Not too much, but yeah, kind of suffering. Where am I at? 40. But doing good across the board here. All of my numbers, all of these are just stop moving. Just going to keep improving. And you know, let's wait for the end of the draft and see what we've put together. Okay. So, where were we? Oh yeah, we said relief pitcher. So let's take Tanner Scott. And there we go. So now we've got a second relief pitcher, 4 starting pitchers. Here, we'll do it like this. We got Duran and Scott for relief pitchers. We got Bibby, Steele, King, and Schwellenbach. We got 2 outfielders, Hernandez and Santander, Machado and Henderson and Matt Olson. This is great. All right, back and forth we go. There went a Rosarena and Hap. Well, I figured Hap might go later, but oh, it's probably one of the auto drafts. No, it's not an auto draft. It was Manoj. Whoever this over here is, Manoj. But I mean, I like Ian Happ. There goes Spencer Strider. You got to take a chance on a guy, sure, why not? I'm not taking that chance, but you all can knock yourself out. Bogarts. Real Muto. Real Muto. Should I be looking at Langoliers just now? Probably not yet. Well, maybe. Maybe. Was this round 12 coming up? I feel like I can wait on him. But with auto drafts in the mix, you just don't know. Yeah, that's why I hate auto drafts. Maybe that's it. Could still get McGill and have a third closer. Cowser. Good numbers last year. Think some regression is expected. He was what, the first overall pick maybe? But he was definitely a first round draft pick back in like 2021. And he's got power, dude. He can hit. Let's see where he's at in the lineup. See if he can get more RBIs. Maybe more at bats. And it's on me. There went Jones, Bohm, and Arias. Oh, I'm going to queue up Shea Langoliers. Because I think that might be where I'm going. No, let's take Alexis Diaz. There. And if that screws me and I can't wait on Langoliers, fine. But I think I can wait on Langoliers. So let's hope that he gets back to me with a few picks from now. All right, so anyways, after that went Flaherty and McClanahan. And Eric. Eric with Dylan Cruz, and then went Carlos Rodon to Tim on auto draft. Thanks, Tim. And there goes Robbie Ray, Jurickson Profar. After Eugenio Suarez. Yeah. Alcantara. Then Nimmo, and then Quan, and then Jack. Come on, Jack. Go back, Jack. Do it again. All right, we're taking Langoliers. Yes, in this round 13. I know that might be around early, but let's secure that. I know I could have been like, I'll take Ohapi instead, but Ohapi last year, just a down year with only 20 home runs. Sure, he's injured a little, but, you know, it's recency bias, and he did have an injury. Okay, so, oh, I like Ronaldo Lopez. And he just went. Kevin Gausman. There's Seth Lugo. And all right, so let's look at these by starting pitchers again. Okay. Well, we know Gil is starting to have some problems with his arm already. His shoulder is exhausted or whatever they said was happening there. I see a lot of players that I'm curious about something. Let's see. Brendan Gill, Ivaldi, Eflin Pepio Schmidt, Lodolo, Pavetta Blanco, McGore. There's a lot of fellas out there. All right, let's take a look at what we can do for outfield at this point. We've got one more outfield position we need to take. And is there anyone I should take here for that position? I think I can still wait a little bit. Okay. Let's check by all batters. Let's line them up by their home runs again. See if there's anybody I need now. Which, no, there's really not. So let's go back to starting pitchers by expert rank. And, well, what if we took a chance on Hey, did it just take Garcia for me? I was about to click draft. Oh, I waited 1 second too long. I was going to take a chance on Fott this year. Maybe it helped me. But I sure don't like that pick of Garcia for second base. I sure don't. I mean, maybe it'll work out, though. I can still put Christopher Morel in my utility spot. Yeah, so, okay. Well, there's some news on him. Late scratch due to illness. Okay, well, the flu's going around. Okay, that was nuts, though. That was just plain old nuts. Shame Baz. Y'all know how I feel about Baz. There goes Taj Bradley. Man. Okay. Who is worth a chance here? That should be taken now instead of later. Well, Bednar's there. Uvalde. You know, I think you're going to see Gill get drafted a lot less. Okay, well, there went Bednar. Let's look at it by relief pitchers. Who's there? Well, we'll take Carlos. What's wrong with Estevez? He's got back tightness. Huh. Ain't that something? Well, how about that with Estevez? Well, that's crazy. Back tightness. Well, is there anyone else? Not that I can think of. Let's not wait till the final second, and we'll take Estevez. And now we've got a fourth closer, and that's the limit on that. So now we can take some starting pitchers, and we've got plenty available. Plenty. You know, we're talking Blanco. We're talking Christopher Sanchez right there. Tanner Houck. Spencer Arrighetti is someone a lot of folks are willing to take a chance on. Barrios, maybe. So there's options there. Okay, someone took a chance on Arrighetti right there. And Manea. And Gurriel. And Blanco just went. Christopher Sanchez is not exactly a strikeout machine, but I like the guy, fellas. I do. And that's round 15. No, this is round 16. So we're going to take Christopher Sanchez right here. Not a strikeout machine. No, he's not. But you know what? He's going to have a fine season. Tanner Houck did wonderful last year, too, if you had him in some of those moments. Yeah, there's others here. Oh, Jeffrey Springs. I do like Jeffrey Springs coming back. Oh, man. There's some take some chances fellas down here. You know, what's wrong with Ryan Pepio? Not a lot. I mean, he's going to be fine, right? Not going to get you a ton of innings, but Be happy. Oh, there he went. He just went. All right, so batters. There's a lot of bats here that I can still have a little time to wait on if I want to. I could take like Colton Cowser right here. That'd be neat. Be my first time having Cowser. Although, you know, it's not that I don't like Cowser. I think he had a fine year last year for a young fellow he's getting into the league, fellas. Good power numbers last year. Barrios. Let's look at, you know, depending on where he can bat in the lineup, where he's at, you know. Right now it looks like he's batting in the bottom half of the lineup. I'd like to see him climb up into the middle of the lineup and get more at bats, get more volume. That'll lead to more RBIs. And, you know, I think he's going to have to improve on his batting average if he's going to have that happen. So he improves on that batting average a little bit. We'll see him move up in the lineup, and we'll see more RBIs. We'll see more at bats, so we'll see more home runs and hits, and it'll lead to more runs as well. So all he's got to do is work on that swing a little bit. Stop. 242 is not great. It's not terrible. He would have to be a much better power hitter to be able to crack the top of the lineup, being at 242. You know, but anyhow, there went Houck. So I didn't get him. I didn't have him queued up, but we've got 5 starting pitch. Oh, it's me. What did we say? We said we're going to take Cowser. You know, let's take Cowser and put him in our outfield spot. So now we need 2 utilities, one of which would be Christopher Morel. We don't know about the rest. We got 3 more bench pitchers and a bench bat. So let's take a look at starting pitchers. Lodolo's still here. Walker Buehler. Isn't Walker Buehler working on something? I don't know. There's Festa and Rocker, and someone will emerge, and I've got Jeffrey Springs queued up. Keith will kill me if I don't queue up. No, not Bello. Waka. He wants me to queue up Waka. And there's well, he might end up with the job. Puck might. Shane Bieber is here. Wow, there's folks. There's Nestor Cortez. So there are pitchers late that we can still look at. There's plenty to look at. I mean, here's Yu Darvish. How much is he going to pitch this year? I don't know. I don't know. Excuse me. Edmund, then Lowe after Mountcastle. I don't really need any more relief pitchers because we did well in that area. There's O'Neill. I feel like I can still wait a couple more rounds on O'Neill. Not too awful long, but I feel like I can. Well, maybe I shouldn't wait too long because we are at a pretty late point in the draft. I like having an outfielder, and if I have Morel, well, so this whole thing with Garcia changes the way my whole team looks, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know how I feel about that. I should have looked into that contingency as a part of my plan earlier to see what it ends up looking like, and I like the way it looks. Lodolo just went. Look at some of these bats that are here, and people are trying to scrounge for any pitchers they can, and I get that. It's hard. It is hard to find pitchers down here. We're in round 18. And Schmidt just went. So if I want O'Neill, I could take him. Starting pitchers, I could just take Darvish. Although, how much will he pitch? I can wait if I want to take some of these other fellas like Springs and Waka. So let's go back to batters, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take Tyler O'Neill. I think I like that. So, we've got one of our utilities filled in. Got almost all the bats. We need 3 more pitchers. I don't think I'm gonna go after another closer, but we don't know who's gonna be completely closing yet. Some of these people you think are closers aren't closers. Some of the people you think are just setup guys are gonna be closers. And wonder where Morel would normally go if I didn't touch him. Do you think he'd even be drafted? Wallner is one you can wait on. Let's get Morel queued, because I do want him on my team. Go back to expert rank. Let's go back to starting pitchers. We need volume, we need strikeouts, and we need to not take too many chances too early. All right. So let's go ahead and I think I'll Christopher Morel. No, I'm gonna Waka. What just happened? Okay, well it took Springs because they were in my queue list. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with Springs. I would have taken Waka first, but Waka will probably still be here at the end of this round. So I got 2 more pitchers I can get. One of them can be a reliever. Interesting. Martinez, Joyce, there's Foley, there's Martin. What happened to Martin now? Right, well, they're not saying why he's day-to-day. That's unfortunate. I like information. People like Job. You know, we don't know how much he's going to pitch or if it's going to, what role it's going to be in. But, I mean, he could be something. And there goes Wallner after Clay Holmes, and then Blade, and then Lowe, and then Jimenez. Now this gets tense. All right, I'm in the 20th pick. I know I want Morel. That means I should take Morel. Shouldn't I take Morel? Oh, there's Martinez. He's going to have a terrible whip. There's Liam Hendricks. Liam Hendricks isn't a bad idea. We don't know that he's good. All right. So when he went back to 1 year, $6 million contract, won't be a ton of saves, but okay. Yeah, there won't be a ton of saves there, fellas. There just won't. But there'll be some, and that's better than none. Yeah. Last year he had 38. I would agree with maybe 23 or something like that. I'd agree with that. But, well, that's going to make my ERA and whip suffer. So, I still haven't taken Morel. Will he make it back to me with the 21st round? He should. He should. No guarantees, though. Scherzer Boyd after Alvarez. Yeah. So a completely different looking build than you're accustomed to seeing from me. There went Keith, Ward, and Sean Murphy. So Ward waited until 21st round, and then there went Wells and Hers. And Bad Hombres, 2 auto picks in front of me. Buxton, Burleson. Jack, you're on auto pick now, huh? I miss you, friend. Wish you'd come back to me. Then who will my bench bat be, since it's not going to be Wallner? Could it be Hoskins? Probably. I could do that. Who else we got down here? Galoff. I could have Galoff as a bench bat. Here, we take Morel. And now I need a bench bat and a bench pitcher. Let's just line them up by home runs and see who pops in. Looking at, there's McMahon, I don't hate. Nolan Gorman, maybe. Gorman had a down year last year, and it's unfortunate. It is so unfortunate. I don't know if he'll get it back. Heimer Candelario. You know, if he can get better, more quality at bats. I like De Los Santos. I do like De Los Santos. So maybe I just take him. Because who else are you going to take? Let's cue him. And then let's get back to starting pitchers. By ranking. Merrill Kelly's still out here. I could take him. I love the Detroit Tigers, so I could take Reese Olson and hope for improved season and better numbers. Bubba Chandler is going to be more like Jared Jones than you guys could believe. McCarthy, Zardo, Ryan Kirkring, Shane Bieber. What's he sick from? They're not saying. You know, you see these day-to-days on somebody, at least if it doesn't say anything, you know it's not major. Let's see. Scoreless inning in his spring debut against the Rangers. Alright, so I don't know. Merrill Kelly or Reese Olson? Merrill Kelly. Coming back from injury, Reese Olson. Detroit guy. I got to take a Detroit guy. So, thanks. I'm taking a Detroit guy. Woo! And then De Los Santos would be my next one up. Unless he goes, and then I'll just pick someone else. You know, there's a lot of bats out there, fellas. There's a lot of bats out there. De Los Santos, Ryan McMahon. I don't hate the idea of. We said Galoff. I don't know. Do I want Conforto? It's just okay. Now, okay, Hunter Goodman though. You know, if you're looking for a super late catcher who's only gonna just be in for I don't know. Ryan. You know, I have Ryan Jeffers a couple times. There went Merrill Kelly. Springer, India. Do. We get the last one. I'll take a look at the standings to see if I got my target numbers. You know, right now I'm going into it blind. I only suspect that, with De Los Santos, I think I'll have home runs and RBI. No, I think I'll be a tiny bit short on RBIs. And we're looking for 850 runs. I'm not sure if I got there either. All right. You ready? Where's my team? 832. Just missed the 850. 299 on home runs. 1 short. 14 short on RBIs. I did get 88 stolen bases. Not a great batting average, but I don't care about it. Where'd I go? There I am. 93. Stop it. 93 wins, so that's short of what I wanted there. But I do have 5. Let's see. I have a lot of relief pitchers. I have 5 relief pitchers. Okay, so that accounts for this 131 in saves. And also accounts for me being 40 short of my 1,500 goal on strikeouts. But 93 is only 7 short, so I'm still going to get quite a few there. But look at this domination in saves. All right, let's look at it by category on the pitching stats, not the batting stats, because these guys have 4 or 5 bench bats, and that's skewed. So wins, I come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saves, number 1. Strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ERA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whip, terrible. Down at the bottom. Whip, terrible. So top 5 here, number 1 here. This is excellent home runs, dang near on the RBIs, damn near on the runs as well. Stolen bases at 88. You know, I'm not going to dominate anybody ever, but I sure am not going to have a 0 in that category. And we know what happens with batting average, guys. It's so volatile. Don't draft for it. It's not going to help you to draft for it. Thanks for tuning in.